Stories once forgotten are now being told.
The world thought West Africa was finished. They were wrong.
When Mali declined, the world believed West Africa was finished. They were wrong. From the same river that once fed Mali's greatness, a new power began to rise. Along the banks of the Niger River, trade routes shifted, cities expanded, and a forgotten empire prepared to take its place in history. This empire would grow larger than any before it in Africa. This was Songhai. Songhai rose where Mali once stood, not from emptiness, but from opportunity. The Niger River became its lifeline, connecting farmers, merchants, and scholars. Markets flourished. Gold and salt moved across vast distances. Knowledge traveled alongside wealth. What began as a regional power quickly transformed into a thriving civilization. Merchants carried Songhai's influence far beyond its borders, while cities along the river grew rich from trade and innovation. Songhai was no longer a successor. It was becoming a force of its own. Culture, knowledge, and military Songhai was more than an empire of wealth. It was a center of learning. Scholars gathered in libraries and schools, recording knowledge that would endure for centuries. Education was valued. Wisdom was respected. Ideas were preserved. At the same time, Songhai protected itself with a disciplined and organized military. Cavalry units patrolled the empire's borders, ensuring stability and security across vast lands. This balance of knowledge and strength allowed Songhai to thrive where others failed. Under the leadership of Askia Muhammad, Songhai entered its golden age. The empire was reorganized with clear laws, structured governance, and accountable leadership. Provinces were managed efficiently. Trade was regulated. Justice was enforced. Order replaced chaos. Songhai became one of the most organized states the African continent had ever seen, not by chance, but by vision. Songhai's wealth flowed through the desert. Caravans crossed the Sahara carrying gold, salt, and goods to North Africa and beyond. Trade routes connected Songhai to the Mediterranean world and the Middle East. With trade came ideas. Cultures met. Knowledge exchanged hands. Songhai stood at the heart of African commerce, wealthy, respected, and globally connected. But no empire lasts forever. Internal struggles weakened Songhai's unity. Power shifted. Stability cracked. Then came new enemies, armed with gunpowder weapons unknown to Songhai's warriors. Invasion followed. Cities burned. Authority collapsed. The empire fell. But its story did not end. Even after its collapse, Songhai did not disappear. Its people carried knowledge forward through teaching, tradition, and memory.
Was not a myth.
Manuscripts survived. Oral histories endured. The empire's influence shaped the identity of West Africa long after its borders vanished. Songhai lived on through its people. While Europe rose, Africa was already thriving. Songhai rivaled the great civilizations of its time in size, organization, and learning. Yet its story was pushed aside, erased from global memory. History books closed over Africa's achievements, but forgotten does not mean insignificant. Songhai was not a myth. It was a civilization of power, knowledge, and vision. Its influence still echoes today, in culture, in trade, in identity. History did not begin elsewhere. Africa remembers. Modern Africa stands on ancient foundations. The same rivers still shaping the narrative. This is more than history. It is identity. Empires may fall, but memory endures. What we remember shapes who we become. Songhai was not forgotten. This is forgotten empires. And this is the story of the Songhai Empire.
This is more than history. It is identity.
Empires may fall, but memory endures.
What we remember shapes who we become.
The past speaks through the present. Songhai was not forgotten. This is Forgotten Empire.